Iran, 25th day of strike by steel workers. Today is the 25th day of huge demonstrations and strikes by the workers of the National Industrial Allied Steel Company of Ahvaz. They started in the city centre, with workers carrying placards reading, "Workers are aware and disgusted of the exploitation," and "The worker will die but will tolerate no humiliation," and "Our country is the thieves' bunker well known in the world." One worker stated, "We will recapture our rights, and the Mafia, the regime officials, will be destroyed." US Ambassador to UN calls on Iran to release political prisoners. US Ambassador to the United Nations, Nikki Haley, is demanding that Iran release its political prisoners following the publication of a joint letter written by families of those detained in Iran. Haley said on Monday, "Our hearts hurt for the families around the world whose loved ones have become political prisoners in Iran. Iran invented reasons to throw these innocent people in jail and keeps them there with no end in sight and no fair judicial process for them to pursue." US urges Europe to impose sanctions on Iran over missiles. The Trump administration is urging Europe to impose tough new sanctions on Iran over its ballistic missile program. The call comes as Secretary of State Mike Pompeo is to meet European officials in Brussels this week, and after the US and others condemned an Iranian missile launch over the weekend. US Special Envoy for Iran, Brian Hook, rejected Iran's insistence that its missile program is defensive. He said, "It is a grave and escalating threat, and nations around the world, not just Europe, need to do everything they can to be targeting Iran's missile program." France says Iran ballistic test provocative and destabilizing. Iran's test of a medium-range ballistic missile capable of carrying multiple warheads is a provocative and destabilizing act, France's foreign ministry said on Monday. Ministry spokeswoman Agnes von der Moll said in a statement, "France is concerned about Iran's mid-range ballistic missile test last Saturday. It condemns this provocative and destabilizing action." She said the test did not comply with UN Security Council Resolution 2231 and called on Tehran to immediately stop all of its ballistic missile-related activities designed to carry nuclear weapons. UN Security Council to meet on Iran missile test. The UN Security Council will meet behind closed doors on Tuesday at the request of France and Britain after they accused Iran of test-firing a medium-range ballistic missile at the weekend. The United States said that the missile launch on Saturday was a violation of a UN resolution that endorsed the 2015 Iran nuclear deal, from which Washington has withdrawn. The resolution calls on Iran to refrain from testing missiles capable of carrying a nuclear weapon. Iran regime faces chronic challenges beyond US sanctions. The influential parliament speaker Ali Larijani said on Monday Iran is facing chronic challenges that existed long before US sanctions were reimposed. He said at a press conference, "External factors do affect our economy, but there are problems persisting from before." He listed a number of challenges, including big costly government, high interest rates that disrupt production, and cash-strapped pension funds.